Early 2024, I shared the idea with friends to close off the remaining main trails down in the southwest of Tasmania. We'd already completed the South Coast Track back in 2014 and most of the Western Arthurs in 2018. This trip sees Mark and I coming in from Farmhouse Creek, hiking to Federation Peak along the Eastern Arthurs, the remainder of the Western Arthurs, and then down to Port Davey Track. We also included some contingency days, which we would use to complete all or part of the Southwest Cape coming out of Melaleuca and around. This would be used as our buffer due to weather, fatigue, or any other things that might slow us down. We dubbed this walk Closing the Loop, a little bit more catchy than Closing the U. The first section has us starting at the road closure on West Picton Road and hiking to Farmhouse Creek, then out via a couple of campsites to Federation Peak, Hanging Lake, and then out towards the end of the Eastern Arthurs at the junction where the Western Arthurs starts.
So it's day one on our bit of a loop around sort of Eastern, a bit of Western, Port Davey and Southwest Cape. So we've just been dropped out by Yin, fantastic little chauffeur to drop us out. So we're about 7 and a bit Ks from the start of Farmhouse because of the road closure, as you can see behind us, and we'll no doubt see the big hole in the road up here. So yeah, we've got 7.5-ish Ks till we get to the real start of the trail. So here again with Mark, so it should be a good time on this one. Still on the Picton Road, you can see still all the landslips, so certainly the track has got a fair bit of work to do before it's up and going again. So, and this has got an old sort of car park area, so this probably was the first one before the more recent ones. So yeah, so we've got 3.5 Ks to go, chugging along. So it's about 45 minutes to here, easy walking up and down hills. So yeah, like you can see on the track, so nice and simple. The first snake. Bit of a jump for this one.
He's still feeling.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what we're doing. We're not interested in donging your mate. Dropping the pole's not going to help.
Yeah, there we are. Looking healthy.
Yeah.
So 7.5 or 7.6 Ks. We're now at the start of the real track. So Farmhouse Creek track. Took an hour and a half. So not too bad. Yeah. Only one snake. So easy walking along the track. So we'll probably just duck down here, and a bit further down we'll have some lunch, so at about 2:30. So Farmhouse Creek, about to get going after the lunch stop around 2, so just packing up the gear now, and about to head off over the track where I'm up there and pretty much follow the creek for a while. So we're a bit after 4, so what's that, 3 hours. So snake number 2, this one's nice. He's very calm, looking at me. So a bit further on, about 12.2 kilometres, so 200 metres from that last one. Bit bigger campsite, right near the water too, so you can hear the water running down there. Probably get a couple of tents in here, maybe 3 if you sort of cram around. There's a bit of a spot over the back too, so yeah, so which is probably what, a bit over 4 kilometres from the bridge or the start of the official walk. So just after the last campsite at about 12.2, I think it was 12.2 or 13 or something. Yeah, 13.1 Ks. There's a nice bridge to cross, so I don't think we're going to be walking across there. I think we might take the rock route, so chickens. But anyway, the river was up, I suppose, we'll be clambering across. Bit slow with all the mud, so nice and sticky. Boots are starting to get muddy. So we're about 5.5 hours in. 15.5 k's, so from the car park or the road closure part to where we are. We're moving along okay. The track is, yeah, interesting. It's got, as you can see, a number of trees down. I don't know why I picked this spot for video, but anyway, we're picking your way through. This is the nice part, that's why I picked, so I can follow it, the track. Other bits get a little bit harder to spot, but there's a bit of flagging out, as well as the obvious trail like this one. Still a bit of mud, but yeah, we've probably got a couple more k's, probably another close to an hour. It's slow going, so yeah, day one, having fun. So some of the tree crossings are quite large. So yeah, try again, hey? It's a bit after 7. 17.33 k's as well, so it must be getting close to the campsite. So it's sort of opened up now, more of this grass. Still a lot of little trees down, like you can see, so walking's a bit slow, but I reckon we must be close to getting there now. So day one done. So we're at Caracroft, if I get it right. Terrible with the names. Campsite. So they got these platforms. There's 5 of them. So in the toilet, waters as you're coming in from the car park the way we came. If you keep going, there's a creek there, or the river there, the Caracroft one. Yeah, so make sure you bring some string to tie down on the platforms, because there are other platforms as well. And yeah, so nice and comfy. So nice flat thing. So took what, 4 hours 45 minutes, bang on what Chapman, 6 hours 45 with the road walk and lunch. Bang on what Chapman was saying. A bit muddy, all up about 18 k's, so about what we said. So welcome to the toilet and day 2. So Caracroft campsite, so supposedly temporary, but it looks quite permanent. It's quite good. So we got a little bit of rain overnight. Mark got eaten by a leech overnight as well, which is always so fun, bleeding away in the tent. It's a bit after 9, about 10 past 9. We'll head off soon, so Bechavas is the target today, plateau. So about 9-10 hours of walking, so we'll see how we go. There's the remnants of Mark's lychee fun. Yeah, but yeah, the campsites here are quite good. Water's not too far. Water's down the pathway toward the river. Quite good water source, but otherwise quite comfortable. So yeah, so a little bit of sprinkle overnight, but nothing so bad that we're out now in nice cool temps. So yeah, so a bit of a walk today. So it should be fun, passing Cutting Creek and then up to right near Fed Peak. So not far from the camp, the water source is down here, so it does flow. It's a bit easy to go on the other side and around the corner where the old campsite was. So there's a sign over in the back over there. There's a nice entrance point to the creek there, so where it's flowing a bit more noticeable and easy to get it with platypuses and other containers like that. So we've been going for about 50 minutes. We've done a bit over a couple of k's, so up and down. So button grass has been easy, and we're about to go into this stuff again. So some flowers over there. Yeah, I'll picture them. Yeah, so a bit of interesting terrain. So just a bit humid. Yeah, so just come up through sort of really tree, loggy, muddy sort of bit up onto sort of a plateau. So we're getting the first real visibility of it, of Fed Peak in the background, just where all the trees are, of course. So we've still got a lot of mud around, stuff like that, so it's hard to sort of film and take pictures and walk at the same time. So, and even talk. Right, talking's always a hassle for me, saying things correctly. But yeah, you can sort of see this track's all right. You can get a decent pace, but coming up through that valley back then, you know, you're doing 500 meters an hour type speed, you know, it's very, very slow. Only a few hundred k's, so a few hundred meters, I mean. So it's not exactly long, it's just arduous. So you can see, you know, beautiful views across. But in a moment, as we jump around here, you'll be able to see Bed Peak in all its glory. So we'll get to there and take a shot and continue on. So yeah, so there is it over there. So today we'll end up just on the this side of it to at Bashavais plateau. So I'm probably murdering that word, but anyway. So about 3.2 k's in, we've hit a reasonable river, so a good source of water. So that's from Farmhouse Creek. So yeah, so maybe 3.3 or 3.2. So about an hour and 20 minutes to get to here. So yeah. We're now just on 2 hours in. We're 4.4 k's in, and this is not a bad campsite. A couple of spots here, probably for tents. A little bit undulating. Yeah, we can hear a river further down, so water's available. So yeah, so about 4.4 kilometers from Carcroft River, or Cracroft River. We'll get it. Cracroft River. We'll get it right one day. Yeah, so 3 hours 45 thereabouts. Bit of a break, not much, 10 minutes, 5 minutes between cutting camp. So the group's no doubt coming back here maybe tonight or tomorrow or something like that. So no camping gear, so yeah, nice spot. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 tents around. So you pick out a few spots. The rivers, as you can hear, very close. It's a very nice spot. And we'll stop here for lunch before the climb up. Yeah, we're moving up toward Federation Peak, very slow going, as we expect. It's like a bit under 3 k's and it's going to take 4 and a bit hours, the plan says. So sort of slowly climbing and then it's going to hit us. We're going to go straight up pretty much. So yeah, just slow and steady. So as you can see, lots of bit of mud, but mostly tree branches, roots, everything like that. So just very slow and careful. Still moving up to the plateau, so as you can see, slow going, very steep, so that's level. So that's sort of my shoulder height. Yeah, so big sort of steps up, so slow and steady.
Don't know what else is terra firma. Oh yeah, it's not too bad. And
Still progressing up the hill, up to the plateau. Very lovely views when you get out of the big scrub. So after going up for a fair while, we're now going down again. So we've sort of got to go down and then back up. So the track's not too bad. marks ahead. I think he just had a fall, but yeah, pretty good. Not too bad going down. A lot of holds, so it's pretty good. So we're gonna go down and then back up, and I think down and up again, and then we'll be at camp. It's about 20 to 6 now. Still going up. Maybe another half hour. So he's Mark's just over there, but so at the top there. So seen a few people go past us on the way down. So should be pretty quiet up there. There's another guy from Scotland and father and daughter coming up behind us as well. So, but yeah, that's where we're down this morning, down in that way. So come a fair way. So yeah, so be close to 9 hours today. So decent walk. So yeah, we'll just keep going. Probably, like I said, half hour. Close to 6 o'clock. We're getting close to the campsite now. I think maybe a couple 100 meters away. So a bit of duck board, very nice, beautiful view. So should be in 6ish, maybe just a bit on that. So big day. So all up 9 hours. So yeah. So this is the toilet at Bechervaise Plateau. So this is probably one of the best views I've seen. So this is out over, you got Fed Peak there, and then you're looking out over these mountains. Just stunning. So yeah. So we're day 3 at Bechervaise Plateau. So you can see the platforms here. There's 2 platforms. Last night we had a guy called Owen's in that one, and we were just there, and another group of 2 were on that one. So not a lot of space, and it's, you know, they're trying to protect the area around here, so no more other camping. So plan for today is to have a look at the summit. Whether we climb it or not is still in question, but we haven't got too far. We're going to Hanging Lakes, so all up to about 2.6 k's if we summit, so we're barely walking, but it's still like 4.5 hours, so fair bit of time. So lovely spot, great people last night to talk to. But yeah, and as we sort of showed before with the toilet's not too far around the corner, so forth. There's a bit of water over where Mark is at the moment, so just in a little bit of a hollow. If it was really dry for a while, there's probably lacking water, so just be conscious of that. So but yeah, beautiful spot just at the foot of Fed Peak. So yeah, hopefully the weather gets a bit nicer. It's still a bit sort of low cloud, but that seems to be burning off, so it looks like it might be positive for the day. Yeah, so we're finished the upward bit to the summit junction, and now we've got the downward bit to the summit junction. So as I say, nice and slowly. So we're going through the chasm at the moment, so nice and slow. Some big sort of step offs. Plenty of handhold, so yeah. Almost out of the chasm. As you can see, it's pretty steep, so that's level, and then we're moving up that way, and then we'll edge our way along the cliff face there. So progressing well. So a little bit damp on the rocks. Mark's just doing this bit, so yeah, so slow and steady. There's lots of hold, so yeah, there we are. It's almost down now. You can see the trail marker just down there that goes up between the south face and Fed Peak. So Mark's just making his way down this bit. So then we've only got this little descent around there, so pretty straightforward. So now we can see the chalk boulder stuck in there, and where we've come from, pretty damn steep. You can see Mark still coming down there, so we sort of work down there and across. So it looks worse than probably what it is. Lots of holds, so yeah, you just got to take your time. Now going up between the south face, there's the chalk boulder. So we go up there, you can sort of pick out the last bit, and from what I understand, we're pretty much at the junction of the climb. And then we're just coming up from there. Beautiful spot, and Lake Jeeves we could see down there. So we're moving up to Fed Peak. So there we go. There's certainly a part there where we went the wrong way, just briefly. Look out for the cans, and they sort of blocked it off a little bit. And up to here where Mark is now. So starting to get to the interesting part. So still moving up. We said goodbye to Owen, who was on his way down, who successfully summited. Well done, Owen. So now it's a matter of traversing up there and up to the top, but we'll see how far we get. So from what I understand, we've crossed over the scary bit, so that is the shot that sort of everyone seems to do. So a little bit tricky to get to the end. You really got to rely on a bit of strength and the holds, but it looks like once you get up there, then it gets back to a bit more normal stuff. But again, this is only sort of halfway once you get to the top. So since that last pinch point, it's been relatively easy. A couple of like little scrambles like this, but nothing like that last piece, so reasonably easier going. The final push up to last bit and across to the top. There's the summit just up there, so very happy with that. And we can see the hanging lake and the track out there actually, so that'll be where we finish today. So weather's been very kind to us, so very fortunate, and that's the way that we came previously. So we just got to get down now. At the top of Fed Peak. Midday, 11:56, 11:50 when we arrived. So beautiful day. Clouds are coming in a bit. There's Mark signing the book for us. So well done, Mark. And we can see Hanging Lake in the background, and then right up there some more eastern Arthurs that we're going to traverse in the next couple of days, and a bit of the western before we drop off back into the valley over that way. So as you can see, the clouds are coming, so we won't diddle daddle up there and get back down safely. So that's it from the top of Fed Peak. So the weather's hell for us, and we're on the way down. So now the fun bit starts. So that's always the great shot, isn't it? Straight down to Greaves Lake. That's it. Just keep working away on there.
That's a good grip. Happy with that one.
So we've done the difficult little switch around, and now we're just finishing the last tricky part before the other tricky parts on the way down. Getting close to the end now, so the reverse has probably taken us the descent about the same amount of time. So sometimes you lose where you're meant to go, so it's a matter of stopping for a sec, looking for the rock cairns so you can find it. So finally see our bags back down there. So it's 12:49 now, so far it's about 50 minutes to get back down, so I reckon an hour. So we've got down, had lunch, now we're heading off to Hanging Lake, so got about sort of an hour, so 45 minutes or so to the junction of Hanging Lake. We've got a bit of an up now, so That's Greaves Lake, but Hanging Lake, you saw from the summit before, you could see it. So yeah, nice short day, so we should be in about an hour. That's the way up to the top. And the track along to Hanging Lake, so, or Hanging Lake Junction I should say, but you know, it's not too hard to follow. Bit of up and down, just come up, hence the breathing. The way up over there sort of follows the rocks, which is quite nice. Weather looks like it's coming in a bit though. Just gone 2, so we're tripping along. We can see the eastern afters out there with a bit of cloud and the western in the background. As we pan across, you can see where we've just been, to the mighty Federation Peak, so in all its glory up there. So you can sort of see them way, that bit of green up there is where you scramble through to get to the top up there. So yeah, so it's good to see that part of the journey behind us. So yeah, only issue now is whether it will rain or not. So we're getting close to the junction at the Hanging Lake, and then we can sort of see out to where we're going tomorrow. You can almost pick out, or I can pick out the track where the video can, but you can pick out the track that way, Stewart's Pass and so forth. So we'll be going tomorrow. So yeah, so we're not too far now. It's about sort of 10 minutes from the junction, which is just over there. So a nice early day around 3 o'clock. So lovely. So Hanging Lake, the campsite here. So toilet with a fantastic view, amazing view over the lake. Probably better view than most of the actual platforms. So all up there's 3 platforms. There's sort of a really big one down, the furthest one down from the top. Probably fit almost maybe 2 or 4 tents on here, maybe 2-man tents, small tents. Bit of a squeeze, but you could get a few tents on. And sort of some seats. And then the next one up, or the second one down, if you want to treat it like that, is just a platform probably for 1-2-man tent. Might squeeze 2 if you're really lucky, but probably just 1. And then the one that's closest to the water, of course, up higher, where you're coming off the track anyway, is the one Mark and I will get. It's got a little bench, a bit of a view, reasonably sheltered as well. So, and then the track up that way goes up to the lake. Hanging Lake, very nice. Very clear water. Tadpoles down there. Don't know if you can pick them out. Yeah, swimming away. Yeah, really nice place. Been lucky with the weather, no rain so far, so yeah, it's been really nice. Starting dinner. It's got a quite cool now. The wind's sort of changing a bit. Clouds coming in. Feet are getting cold. And there's the tent. So day 4. So after successfully going up, fed yesterday with nice weather, the weather's now turned a bit. So rain last night, a fair bit. Today it was very cloudy this morning, about 6:30. Now the rain's come back just as we're trying to get the tent down to leave. We're off through Goon Moor, through to Goon Moor and then on to Stewart's Saddle for the day. About 8 kilometres or something for about 8 hours of walking. So the 4 peaks is meant to be pretty tough. We talked to a chap who came in late last night, so that'll be an interesting walk. As long as we've got visibility, it should be okay. It'll suck because we won't see the view, but well, you can't change it too much. We are looking like we've got to push a little bit harder than we thought, or ration food a bit. Someone who organised the food stuffed up. and it's not Mark, so it's probably me. So we're contemplating how far we go, how quick, but weather dependent a lot. So yeah, so today should be a good day. We're going downhill compared to everyone else, so normally they come up, so hopefully it's a little bit easier, but still we're expecting lots of challenging ups and downs. So yeah, another day now in the Eastern Arthurs, so it should be fun. All right, hopefully soon the rain stops, we'll get the tent down and go. So we're off. We've just gone out of Hanging Lake sort of starting point and down the hill, so you can see the weather is not the best, but we've got reasonable visibility, so we're heading to the 4 peaks now, so yeah, so it'll be an interesting day. So there is the Devil's Thumb. You can probably make it out, the dark outline, and great views of Federation Peak over that way. So picture it, I could probably use CGI to put it in maybe, but yeah. Anyway, sort of progressing all right. The winds comes and goes. Visibility is maybe 100 meters, 50 meters. Easy enough to pick out the path, so we feel pretty good on this one. So now on Foyt's plateau, so the track's going lots of walk and stuff like that. The 4 peaks are starting. You can see, I don't know, maybe make out the track that goes up there straight over the top, so this is where the fun starts. Getting into the start of the 4 peaks, so quite ominous. We've got to drop down there somewhere and go up, sort of probably up through the top up there, so not going to be fun, but it will be fun once we're finished. Still in the 4 peaks, so some really interesting scrambles down there and so forth, so pick your way through. Well, Mark had to take his pack off to lower, but no rope, but so a fair few, a couple of chimneys that are quite steep. We've had to take packs off and pass up and down. Mark's still just doing this last little bit and we're over the top, so still progressing through the track. I don't know where it's going now, down probably over the back over there, but yeah, a little bit longer. So the weather's been raining a bit and then a bit clear, still windy, so that's the back of the 4 peaks. So just about 2 hours for us to get through that. Some nice little scrambles, no views, but some views out that way, so we're not sure about the weather yet, whether it's getting better. It does look like it's getting better a bit, so yeah, so now on to Goon Moor. So still on the way to Goon Moor. The track's certainly got a lot easier walking wise. Lake Cracroft down there, very nice. The weather's sort of in and out a little bit, so yeah, so that's the update. I think we're up across there somewhere. Can make out a track, probably can't on the video. So we're past the 4 peaks and sort of going through this sort of scrubby bit toward the Gables, which you can't see at the moment, but soon we'll have some good views. We've got Cracroft Lake down there, and the weather's made Fed Peak stand out. So yesterday Mark and I were standing on top of that, so and then we traversed across, and you can I think you can make out that bit over there. That's where we went down to Hanging Lake. So yeah, so good view of where we've come from. Looking back onto the Gables, maybe last sort of over the top there, last sort of view of Fed Peak, maybe, I'm not too sure, we'll find out. So we're getting close now. There's Goon Moor just down there, so we're going to Goon Moor and up and around, and the campsite should be there. That will stop for lunch. You've got Shore Lake down there and Hopetoun or something like that, gorge, so down that way. So the sun is coming in and out a lot. It's still bloody cold in the wind, so hopefully down in the Goon Moor we might find some bags, who knows. Hopefully we're sort of over this and back down the other have lunch. The weather's the wind's got a fair bit of bite in it. It's quite cool with the wind, so yeah, hopefully lunch and then the wind gets better. So Goon Moor, so it took us about 4 hours 20 minutes from Hanging Lake, so 10 minutes or 15 minutes from Hanging Lake up, so just over 4 hours, and it's got very nice setup, sort of like a built in the trees. A nice platform up there, so 1, 2, 3, 4 platforms, reasonably large, probably fit a couple of tents on them, maybe one only, depending on the size of the tents. It's got a smallish sort of tank. It's sort of fed by the pipe up there from somewhere, which we probably just not even going to work out where it's coming from, but you know, it's pretty good water, seems okay, has warning signs on it, but yeah, this is Goon Moor. So we haven't found the toilet, but supposedly it's around somewhere, if there is one, not 100% sure. Now on the way to Stuart Saddle, so going through the Needles now, so only got about a bit under 2 kilometres, and it should take about an hour and a half, so that sort of gives you an idea of the slowness we'll be going. So a bit of scrambling. The Needles. So the last down and up before Stuart Saddle for the camp for the day. So yeah, bit of a scramble down. Doesn't look so bad on the way up. So fun. So this is Stuart Saddle's campsite. So duckboard coming in from the way we came from Goons Moor, and then up to where we'll be going tomorrow, which we'll be heading toward Farmhouse Creek and so forth. This is pretty much, it's a smallish sort of campsite, so probably fit 1 tent on this one, maybe squeeze of 2. No one else around, so we've been quite spacious and so forth and grabbed the middle one. Tank water well full, it's still got water on the top, so we've been quite lucky with water. And then just another one out here, they probably fit 1, maybe 2 in a pinch, right? So the only other thing that we don't think there's a toilet here, and I don't think there was a toilet at Goons Moor campsite either, so we're just Mark's gone off to see whether there is one tucked away somewhere, but we don't believe there is. So that is all from Stuart Saddle campsite with a very lovely view out, so out to Goons Moor again. So there we are. So day 5, the weather's not too bad today. It's like low cloud but misty sort of stuff, so you know, the Needles behind us, you know, they were out this morning, but now it's very misty. No wind again, so which is nice. Today we're sort of mostly down for about 800 meters down to Farmhouse Creek, and there's a campsite there. They will probably have lunch around, and then we're up sort of the shortcut, as they say, up to can't think of the name of the ridge we're going up, and then across to Lake Roseanne, so it stops us from having to go all the way down into the marshy sort of stuff and then back up. So yeah, again about another 800 meters up, so big sort of up and down day. So about 7 hours or so, and we'll be leaving the eastern Arthurs for the western Arthurs, so out of one into the other. So hopefully the weather stays clear. We've got wet weather gear on, mainly because all the plants and shrubs, as we push through them through the foresty stuff, will get us pretty wet. So Yeah, so, but yeah, campsite's all packed up. Very nice spot here. Only ones again, so very nice. So yeah, day 5. Sort of down that way today. So moving up and going over the top in order to go down after going up Stuart Saddle. So where Stuart Saddle's there, we sort of settled along beside the rocks there. Now we're doing the big climb up to Mark's almost up there. And I'm guessing once we're over the top we start to go back down again. Back there to where we came from over there, and then down all the way down to Lake Ron Smith down there. You can see the track we're heading at. It goes over that saddle there. It's the boiler plates out there, so there's sort of rock face there, so we'll pass next to it as we go sort of out that way up over there. So yeah, so probably named because of flat top maybe, I don't know, boilerplate. Now over the top near the boilerplate, so you can see some nice track work going down there, and right down the bottom there, don't know if you can make it out, but there's the track that was after Pass Creek. For us, we'll be traversing up that ridge and across up to where the low point is, the third sort of hump along with the rocks, so which would be Lake Roseanne. So that would be for the day. The last sort of big down off the range, so sort of that's level, and then down there, you know, mostly sort of scrubby, muddy rocks area. So yeah, just taking our time. So now off the scrubby part of the track, sort of winds down through the bush and, you know, mud and you know, timber holds onto a nice sort of recycled platform. Lovely. Part of Luckman's Lead, so mostly now it's in the open, so less of the scrubby shit, so be nice. So be down to the Pass Creek, and there's a campsite just before it, about 500 metres prior, that we'll probably stop and have a look at, and then on to the Western Arthurs after lunch. Yeah, so it's about 11:30 at the moment. Getting closer to the Pass Creek and still on Luckman's Lead. Very easy walking, just dawdling along, taking it easy. So it looks like there's a fair bit of sort of boardwalk stuff down there, probably especially down low because it does supposedly get quite wet. So that'll be nice just to cruise along on. I'm not sure the campsite where that will be. It's about 500-600 meters from the creek, so I'm expecting it to be soonish more than later, so maybe in that clump of trees that's down there, or just after that, or maybe around the corner. So we'll see it. We'll stop for lunch there. So it's been alright. It's taken about probably by the time we get down to the creek, probably about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Yeah, probably well, actually be close to 3 hours, maybe 3.5 hours. So reasonable time. We're not hurrying or anything, so take it nice and smooth, nice and safe as well. So there we are, and then hopefully find the track to go up there, up to Roseanne. So we're at the Pass Creek campsite, so which is just about 500 meters from Pass Creek, but there is a creek really right next to it anyway. Lovely little stream. Lots of this footpath, and it goes on for a fair while now, so right around, you can maybe make out further down there, mainly because rotfoot, I think it is, fungus is out, so we won't be going up there on a shortcut. We'll be going right around because of the danger. So toilet installation, so looks alright. So away from the campsite, looks quite private for a change, instead of just sitting up on the stilts, so which is quite interesting. So still a can on top though, so no view, you're just staring at the trees, but quite fancy for a change. Yeah, but otherwise nice little spot, bit exposed if it was quite blowy or rainy, but you know, it's probably in a good spot here. So if you're pushing up from maybe 7 Mile Creek or something like that. So yeah, like I said, Farmhouse Creek campsite, which has got 1, 2, maybe 3, says Mark, 3 platforms for the campsite. Yeah, so there we are. Off the nice main path now onto a nice sort of track out to sort of one of the many rivers. So yeah, we'll cross over this, or creeks I should say, cross over this and continue up to the junction to go up to Lake Roseanne. So the track down from where we come for Shore Path now off to Western Arthur is very indistinct, very hard to see, but probably not well used anyway, so that's the way we're going. So yeah, off we go to Western. Goodbye Eastern.